Why I no longer visit cat cafes. Some time ago, before I was allowed to have cats of my own, I used to visit cat cafes all the time. It was my way to get some cat affection since the stray cats I fed weren't exactly the cuddling type. But a while ago, I made a decision to stop going, and I want to share why. The main reason, I don't believe these cats are living in good conditions. During my last visit, I noticed several cats were visibly sick. This really bothered me, so I spoke to one of the employees. Even though there was a language barrier, with the help of Google Translate, I explained my concerns. To my dismay, she told me that there wasn't much they could do. Cats kept in confined spaces like that inevitably spread illness to one another. When I asked why cats weren't quarantined and treated, she said that this was company policy not to. Can you believe that? This absolutely broke my heart. Think about it. These cats are a major source of income for the cafe. People pay to spend time with them. They buy them treats and toys from the shop, and yet the cafe doesn't seem to prioritize their health. Sure, they groom the cats to keep them looking nice for the customers, but what about their well-being? One night, I happened to pass by the cafe after hours, and I decided to check on them. What I saw was so upsetting. Many of the cats for sale were just left there overnight, and cats that live in the cafe are essentially confined to that small space 24/7. It is absolutely heartbreaking to think of them being stuck there until somebody buys them. And what about the ones that don't get sold? Or those who are seriously ill? Like seriously, what happens to those poor animals? Sadly, this isn't an isolated issue. It is common to see illegal breeders cramming multiple cats into small cages, trying to sell them by the subway or in front of shops. And even if you report them, there is little that can be done. There are no strong animal protection laws in place. The sellers are more likely to get in trouble for selling without a license than for mistreating the animals. That's why I've decided to stop supporting cat cafes with my money. The concept is great in theory, giving people who can't own cats the chance to spend time with them. But it would be far more ethical if these cafes housed homeless or rescued cats and used the profits to care for them properly. Unfortunately, in Nanjing and Shanghai, the cafes I've visited only kept exotic, expensive breeds, and while I have nothing against these breeds, it's not the kind of business I can stand behind. I've heard some cat cafes in the West that primarily host rescued cats, and that is so freaking beautiful and is so inspiring. I wish more cafes worldwide would adopt it. So, what do you think about cat cafes? Do you have one in your city? Have you ever been to one? And if so, how was your experience?